The biggest indie game currently on the market is possibly being sued. Schedule 1 took the world by storm, releasing just a few weeks ago and quickly topping Steam's charts. However, not everything is as okay as it seems. As Schedule 1's developer, Tyler's Video Game Studios may be facing a lawsuit for copyright infringement. Schedule 1 quickly reached Steam's #1 spot in the indie charts for its simple but addictive gameplay. As the name suggests, we play as an unnamed rug dealer who, after his uncle gets arrested, has to start fresh in a brand new town. The gameplay cycle is creating, packing, and selling rugs. We start off with the good old devil's lettuce, and as we level, we get access to not only better equipment, but also a new product such as meth and Coca-Cola. This isn't a game that has a passive system for making the goods like Grand Theft Auto. Instead, you gotta get dirty. You have to buy supplies, take care of your equipment, hire workers, and pack and distribute the product, and then finally selling it. The funnest part of the game and what makes it so addicting is that you have to create your own product. You can mix different ingredients together like horse juice and batteries in with your product to make it more valuable, while also giving it some really wacky side effects like Tropic Thunder that changes the race of the user. Schedule 1 is a game where you can sit down to play for an hour, and before you know it, 5 have passed. The popularity of this game has not gone unnoticed. Movie Games, the publishers behind Rug Dealer Simulator 1 and 2, had apparently opened up an investigation when it came to Schedule 1, looking for possible copyright infringement. Movie Games had decided to commence an investigation against the creators of the production under the title Schedule 1 regarding claims regarding infringement of the issuer's IP and related to committing an act of unfair competition against it, according to Polish website business.pep.pl. Some people took this to mean that Movie Games would be suing Tyler's Video Game Studio, but would they actually have a leg to stand on? I am not a lawyer, I am the farthest thing from one, but being a simple-minded country bumpkin, I would have to say no. Jealousy is one hell of a drug, and like the Pal World Pokemon controversy, this is a perfect example of that. I have not played Drug Dealer Simulator, but I do know that it never even reached a modicum of popularity that Schedule 1 has. I also know, thanks to reviews I read before all of this review bombing happened, that Drug Dealer Simulator 2 was heavily criticized as just a money grab. Trying to claim copyright infringement based on gameplay, it's just downright laughable. It would be like if Medal of Honor decided to sue Call of Duty because their gameplay is similar. They're both first-person shooters. Of course, the gameplay is going to be alike. They both belong to the same genre of game, and the same thing can be said about Schedule 1 and Rug Dealer Simulator. Since the announcement of the investigation, Movie Games came out and released another statement saying, due to repeated opinions that Schedule 1 is very similar to DDS, we were obliged to request a legal analysis from an intellectual property specialist. It has indicated that there might have been an infringement by the Schedule 1 developers in relation to Drug Dealer Simulator. I think that this is bull. They probably were looking to sue, especially since there is only one single developer behind Schedule 1. It is a classic Goliath versus David situation. And this is exactly why Rug Simulator 1 and 2 got review bombed. But after being outed in order to save face, Movie Games came up with this statement pretty much saying, calm down guys, we never said we were going to sue, we were just seeing if we could. Because we were obligated to. The whole situation is just ridiculous. To think of all the simulator games that are on Steam, yet Movie Games decided to go after the most popular one for copyright infringement. No, this is just bullcrap. This is an example of another company trying to make money off of another game for some bullshit reason, just because it's more popular than their own video game. With this being said, it is very important to realize that the developers behind this game actually had no idea any of this was going on, because it is not the developers behind Rug Dealer Simulator that are suing or were looking to sue Tyler's Video Games Studios, but rather the publishers. So really, if you're one of those people who are review bombing Rug Simulator 1 and 2, you should stop, because the developers had no idea any of this was going on until it actually happened. Or at least they didn't, according to a tweet their CEO put up on Twitter. Whether the success of Schedule 1 came from the game being actually fun or just plain old dumb luck, it should be celebrated. A game that had a single developer behind it has more heart than games with hundreds of developers on its team. On another note, seeing this game have more active players than Assassin's Creed Shadows is honestly just the icing on this perfect cake. But what do you guys think? Have you guys had a chance to play Schedule 1? How do you like the game? Let me know down below. As more news comes out about the potential lawsuit, I will be making videos about the situation. So make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell to keep up to date with everything related to this. I hope all of you have an amazing and wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.